Hi, everybody. So in this last video about elasticity, as far as lectures are concerned anyways, we have just two more measures of elasticity to think about. Just remember that elasticity is one variable responding to another. And so you really are told what the two variables are in the names. You've got price elasticity of demand, which is price and quantity demanded, price elasticity of supply, which is price and quantity supplied, and then you have these two that we're going to talk about today, cross price elasticity of demand. And this is the it's the relationship or the responsiveness, right? Whichever word you want there, of price of good A to the quantity demanded of good B. So this one is for related goods. It allows us to tell are goods substitutes or are they complements? Or neither, right? Are they related at all? So this is why we actually have cross-price elasticity of demand. It tells us the relationship of the price of one to the quantity demanded of the other. And from that, we can tell, are they substitutes, complements, or neither? So cross-price elasticity of demand, the cross means across two goods. So we'd say the percent change in the price of A, and that's the denominator. The numerator is the percent change in quantity demanded of B. So again, the dollar values always go in the denominator. Now, for these, right, a negative value, you think about, if you had a negative quantity purchased because the price of one of them went up, that's -1, that means they're complements, okay? So we'd say that, if it's any negative value that pops out of this, so the values here matter, right? The negative positive signs. The negative positive values matter. If they're negative, it means they're complements. If it's very small and positive, it means that they're very weak substitutes. So they, if you raise the price of one, the quantity of the other one goes up just a little bit. That's a weak substitute, right? And a very large positive, especially closer to one, would be strong substitutes. Generally speaking, we don't see too many where it's like bigger than the one. It's like, how close are you to 0? And if it's 0, then that means they're not related at all. So we'll just kind of say that 0 means not related. And there are actually lots of studies out there, economic studies that study like what are the cross-price elasticity of demand values for related goods, because it's something that obviously matters quite a bit if you're making a grocery store and you want to put certain products next to each other. Graham crackers and Hershey bars and marshmallows, they have really strong complementary CPED values. Okay, now the last one, income elasticity of demand. This one allows us to tell normal versus inferior goods. So kind of like this one up here told us related goods, this one tells us is it normal or inferior. And so this is the relationship. Economics is about relationships, right? Relationship of income to quantity demanded. So you could have income elasticity of demand. It's in the name, right? And we calculate income elasticity of demand as percent change in quantity demanded divided by the percent change in income. And now income is almost always going to be given to you as dollars as well. So dollars go in the denominator. If you mess it up, you're going to get the wrong values. Now this one is another one where the negative and positive signs matter. They don't matter as much with price elasticity of supply because they're all positive for that one. They don't matter as much for price elasticity of demand because they're all negative for that one. But for these two, the positive and negative values matter. If it's negative, that means that if your income falls, you buy more of it, right? That's a -2. That's a strongly inferior good because your income fell a little bit and you ramped up purchases a lot. So that would be things like ramen noodles, right? Spam, that kind of stuff. Small positive IED would be income inelastic. That's a fancy way of basically saying it's a normal good, but it's not very responsive to changes in income. And so if your quantity goes up 5% and your income went up 10%, then it's positive 0.5. These are things like toilet paper, right? They're things where your income can go up, but there's only so many rolls of toilet paper you're going to buy. pillows are another one where people don't really buy that many more pillows. Like they do, but it's not a lot more. It's not proportional even to their amount of their income going up. So this is that kind of stuff. For these, right, large positive numbers would be your income goes up a little bit, 5%, and it goes up quantity a lot. So positive 5. This is anything above maybe 1 would be what we call income elastic. So if it's bigger than 1, it's income elastic. That usually means it's a luxury product, right? It's still normal. Both of these are normal. So positive means normal, and negative means inferior. But within that normal range, you can kind of distinguish between luxury and necessity. All right, hopefully this helps you. I'll see you next time.